I'm accessorizing. I learned it from watching you loot everything that wasn't welded in place.
Well, of all the improbable sights I'd never imagined to actually see, folks simply wandering around the Badlands of Praetor would be near the top of that list. I've not the mind to solve the equation that demonstrates how unlikely it is you've survived enemy combatants, hostile critters, and endless lightning in near equal measure. The grounding station was built to help manage and offset the lightning that illuminates the sky and scorches the ground without pause or penance. They also used the station for a number of experiments that they ultimately lacked the capacity to complete. But, suffice it to say, we far exceeded those limitations. Nevertheless, the Exemplar is in need of help to complete his research, and our small squad lacks the manpower to provide it. But you might be the universal variable we've been waiting for. He is in the lab atop the hydraulicalized lift. Ironically, the lift was struck by lightning while the station was being reset and is stuck in its raised position. There is a trail that leads to the top. Just mind the jump onto the platform, and don't touch anything glowing, sparking, or obviously shedding lightning on your way there. And given the situation we find ourselves in, I'll be leaving the gate charged unless you're ready to pass through it. Just approach, and I'll power it down for you. Exit the station. Approach the gate, and I can open it for you. I have too much on my mind for idle numerical chit-chat.
Greetings, unaffiliated individual? Could you be a freelancer? A gun for hire? Might you be interested in a job involving the removal of dangerous creatures? Well, I'm unable to distribute any amount of bits to you, but I can offer upgraded permissions, allowing you to purchase our surplus supplies. Oh, this is so exciting. I can feel the rate of my blood flow increasing.
Investigating hostile intentions. Commander, throwing energy your way. Proceeding to attack. Deployed. Free energy if you can reach it. Torpificator at ready status. Capacitor out. Get it while it's energized. Violence. Commander, throwing energy your way.
Ready to dispense judgment!
Mobilizing.
At your word, I shall. I will come. On your feet. Return to service. I will.
I'll handle this.
You must. I am prime.
Investigating hostile intentions.
On a scale of 1 to soil my trousers violently.
This unit's current work task takes priority over conversation. Farewell.
You've returned. Are the Raptidons vanquished? Have you completed the job? Oh, incredible. Then, as the prime requisitionist currently at this station, I confer to you upgraded permissions that allow for surplus supply purchases.
You're about to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a Raptidon.
You know, I reckon half the corpses in here end up as Raptidon chow. Yes, and? I spent some time as a Raptidon training assistant. Yeah! I get my final severance pay in this war. For one of the Raptidons I trained AB. Boy, stop! I don't want to listen to you jaw about this.
These laborers appear to be biting the hand that barely feeds them.
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable. Welcome, fellow disgruntled worker. Can't say I recognize you. You come from a different plant to support our cause? That spiteful little cur. She's up in her office imagining new ways to make us miserable. But you're gonna need to find a different way in. She's locked the doors to keep us out. Honestly, we just want to eat, sleep, and relieve ourselves on a reasonable schedule. But the damn overseer, I think she's getting rich off of breaking our backs. Do your worst, knobstick. We're not afraid of you. Actually, no, that's not true. I'm terrified, but that's still not enough to get me back to work until some things change.
No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors! If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates! With no rest and no downtime, we couldn't pay for a Drina time!
Yeah!
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! If you won't let us sleep for 8, you can't charge us for stimulates! No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors! We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! With no rest and no downtime! Adrena time!
This feels less like an overt labor negotiation and more like a covert assassination operation. Of course, I'm fine with either, dear.
Machines have been off for a week. Can't believe what I'm losing on Adrena time and Antifizzo's number.
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule, and is making me look quite the fool.
Ease up a bit there. We ain't quite that far yet. Every worker we shoot in the face is one we've got to replace, and our supply of laborers is hardly limitless. Some ne'er-do-wells have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice, and if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences. Nevertheless, here, we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work, and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. What? No, that would never... Well, actually whipping them might keep them awake and on task better than the Adrena time we give them. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Angie's behalf is mine. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. We've only got a few guards, and they've got a lot of skulls. Plus, they may have made mention that if a ruckus starts, they'll make sure it includes me. So we're apt to try a parley first. That is, my team insists. They're very protective. They, cherish me. No. Yes, they cherish me. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer. Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Yes, well, I'm sure you'll manage. Auntie has faith in you, therefore I shall too. Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
Heads up!
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time!
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going.
No more
I can see
bottles
the
on
officer
factory
in the
floors!
office. And we're
Time for
definitely making her
unlocked
miserable.
bathroom doors! Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. On that, we agree. So, if you'll just get that damnable overseer to give us our simple asks, we'll get back to it. We've anticipated such brutish tactics, and got our defenses staged accordingly. You may have noticed the various folks in armor poised around the landing. That ain't by accident.
Enemy in vicinity.
Finding a good angle. Hostile parties is... Your hunch, Commander! Steel yourself!
Die on your own time, Commander.
On your feet. Return to service.
Commander,
Vital.
Corpificator at ready status. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in her office. And we're definitely making her miserable.
You try to limit further damage, Commander.
On the way.
That's right, folks. Keep the chanting going. I can see the overseer up in her office. And we're definitely making her miserable.
Get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless it... That's good to hear. And he's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is, poor... labor retention techniques? What's going on is... remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right. That. Right. Exactly. The conditions under which Auntie extracts our labor is, unacceptable. They're egregious, even.
They work 20-hour shifts, which require stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties. No, I'm just a fellow underling suffering the corporate grind who saw the plight of these poor folk and needed to help them make a fair and reasonable deal.
That's right. Leo has been an absolute wealth of what's what. Without him, we would still be toiling
under the yoke of oppressive undervaluation due to monstrous mismanagement.
Right, that.
Me? Why, my only motivation is...
Now hold it right there. We aren't here to talk about Leo. We're here to talk about what it's going to take to make us get back to work, right? Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're non-nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning. Yeah, well, of course you're gonna find it all ridiculous. You only care about what's best for Auntie. But there are demands all the same. Take them to Griggs.
Working hard or hardly working? That's rhetorical.
Welcome back, Ameliorator. Did you make contact with workers? Do they understand that this stoppage is madness? Are they ready to return? I dare say that isn't expected news from an amelioration specialist. Director Pendergrass said you'd be solving our problem, not exacerbating it. What in the name of untraceable income could make you believe that's a wise decision? Don't mistake Arcadia for a friendly system with a native population that is hungry for opportunities. The entire worker pool outside of Auntie's Choice is hostile. In order to restaff, we need to transfer the workers from other Auntie's Choice facilities, which, even if possible, would cost me an absolute premium in transportation fees. No, Auntie and I have placed a lot of trust in you, so now's the time to show that you can reach an amiable resolution for all parties involved. Trust me, I'm no more excited about this than you are. But let's get it over with. So, what are these ingrate alley sprats willing to settle for? Golden privies and gilded sheets? To be spoon-fed crunch whenever their tummies rumble? 8-hour workdays? They want to relieve themselves on company time? I've never heard something so preposterous. Can you imagine how many bits that loss of productivity will cost us? What if they lounge? What if they take time to relax? What if they retreat to indulge their baser urges? Auntie would be paying for all manner of unprofitable shenanigans. What more do they want? 12 hour? Are they mad? What are they gonna do with the other half of the day? Lounge around the facility, consuming air and water and power without compensating the company? I am, frankly, disappointed you would even bring me such a preposterous demand. You should have nipped this offensive arrogance in the bud. Ah, I understand now. It is important that I see what they are about and how they would choose to conduct themselves. What else do they demand? Free? Free? Nothing inside of Auntie's Choice is free. Law, nothing in life is free. Everything has a cost. Everything. Materials, labor, time, distribution, forced scarcity. Giving something away for free is akin to ignoring the cost of its creation, which is one small step from the system completely breaking down and plunging us all into anarchy. It is shocking, to be sure. Mortifyingly so. Thank you for bringing it to my attention. I will ensure it is mentioned in their employee files and their next several reviews. Is there more, they ask? Very good. Ha! I was going to say very good, but that would be downright farcical. There is nothing good about this situation. Please, just resolve it as quickly as possible.
We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans!
Yeah.
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiations? It's like negotiating with a bulkhead. If a more reasonable manager was there, I've no doubt we'd already be back on the line. Thank you, friend. We appreciate you working so hard on our behalf. Maybe your extra effort will pay some kind of dividend.
Ha! I wouldn't count on it. Once an Auntie's cutthroat, always an Auntie's cutthroat. The last thing that Raptidon and Chiffon wants is free thinkers. You should consider my offer.
That's not really your concern. Leo has been nice enough to help us find our value here, and the rest doesn't matter. Just please, keep trying to negotiate on our behalf.
Right. I'm just here to make sure they get treated fairly, no matter what.
And so the work stoppage remains stopped. What now, dear?
Have a profitable day.
Ever read the Middle Manager Handbook? Really shores up the foundation of your fundamentals.
Another adequate day in paradise. Could have sworn I... Somebody there? Whatever with that nonsense. Hello?
The city suffered extensive damage, Commander. Threat detected.
Hello again. Do you have news for us about the negotiation? That's as fine a place to start as any. What a little cheat. We could get plenty done with an easier work day. But it don't surprise me she's towing the company line that hard. What's next? She willing to see reason? Are you joking? That pile of cysty-licking raptidon dung. Like it's some great burden on her to treat us fairly. Remind me to spit in her rizzos if we go back to the factory. What's next? Excellent. What progress have you made? Well, that's tragic. I won't give tell to all the ways we've been sneaking our business under her watch, but let's say no potted plant's been safe. And if that's all we've been offered, I'm sorry to say it's just not enough to get us back to the plant. You've got to get that damnable overseer to give us something meaningful.
Reasonable? Reasonable? What's reasonable about these terms? You're given a few scraps, so now it's time to go back to being slave labor?
Leo's right. We just can't. We are staying here, blocking Auntie's work until at least some of our demands are met. I suggest you go back to the Overseer for better terms.
Why bother? You know it's not going to help. You should consider my offer.
That's not really your
Right.
Hello again. Have you had any more luck in getting the Overseer?
Oh, now we all see the violence inherent in the system. See? I told you, you're being oppressed.
That's right. We know your game. You may do your worst, but we shall remain stalwart until our demands are met.
Oh, for law's sake. They threaten you and you still try and negotiate? Are you out of your void, damned mind? It's time to give up this fantasy and come work for us.
For you?
Yes! Have you seriously not? Law, but you're dumb. Are these Auntie's uniforms we're wearing?
Well, no, but we just thought you hadn't been properly supplied.
Spacer's Choice is back and better than ever. We're re-establishing our brand here in Arcadia, and we're gonna outcompete Auntie once and for all. So we wanted you to believe, but in fact we were lying in wait, biding our time until we could show our primacy. And now we're gonna begin cleaving market share away from Auntie like she's made of rotten, cysty sludge, and we're an obsidian-coated mantisaur claw. Hey, you've got to start somewhere. A factory here, a retail facility there, and next thing you know, you control major market share. And folk will want to work for us. Good terms, better benefits, more room for advancement, and daily discounts at the company store.
Please, enough. Both of you. Whatever Leo's aims, he's helping us now. Please, go negotiate with the Overseer further, and see if you can't get us the concessions we need. The rest I guess I'll have to think about. Think a whole lot about.
again, Ameliorator. What news do you have? My, how very offensive and in violation of everything Auntie and I hold dear. I'm very disappointed in you, Ameliorator. I hope you have a more compelling argument than before. Softened?
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days! No more bottles on factory floors! Time for unlocked bathroom doors! We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! If you won't let us sleep or eat, you can't charge us for stimulates! Yeah.
I've no qualms with turning this labor negotiation into a liquidation job, dear. Just say the word.
Hello again, Ameliorator. What news do you have? Again? I thought we'd been over this. Do you have something new to say? Oh, you saw that, did you? Fair enough. It was good while it lasted. All right, the Adrena time will be free. I can always bill it as a business expense. Tell me we're done and you don't need to drag more concessions from me.
Well, it is...
With no rest and no downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time! We don't want to make demands, but no more peeing in bottles and cans! Others get the exact same pay, but only work
everyone's talking. Seems like there's been a shakeup in our leadership. Then we'll get back on the line. I don't have a bit in my pocket to offer you, but I will write a glowing recommendation in my next employee self-review. Just a week away. But I'm honestly not sure if I'll be getting
Honestly,
bits or if I will.
right now, I'm still way too tuckered to know if our conditions are good or not.
Hello again, Ameliorator. Again? I thought. Tell me we're done and you don't need to drag more consent. Well, it is.
With no rest and no
Keep the chanting
downtime,
going!
we shouldn't
I can
pay
see
for
purposely
Adrena
in the
time!
office. And we're definitely making her miserable!
If you won't let us sleep her 8, you can judge her.
Hello again. Have you had any more luck in getting the Overseer to see reason?
There, you see? From Auntie's own puppet, you learn they're shortchanging you at every turn.
And what should I do about it? It's not like I can remove her from the negotiations. She's the overseer. So long as she's there, I've got no better options. Thank you.
Ha! I wouldn't count on it. Once an...
That's...
Right.
Vitals are in the red, Commander.
Malefactor ahead.
I'll handle this. Standing by to stupefy. Reviving me is strategically optimal.
Somebody there? A cursory glance.
Hello again. Have you had any more luck in getting the Overseer to see reason?
See?
Resorting to violence. Yeah.
I understand there's been some commotion. What's happening? Oh, gosh. Oh, no. All those poor, poor employees. And beloved Dumbskull. Dunwich. Dumley. Driscoll? Dunbar. It was Dunbar. Oh, sweet law, not beloved Dunbar. Anybody but Dunbar. I'll weep for him. So, why aren't my people back to work yet? I suppose I'd try talking to the screaming banshee that is leading the picketers outside my door. My guess is she's their leader now. Do let me know how it goes, but make sure it goes quickly. Every minute this takes you is time I'm falling further behind.
Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days!
That's right, folks! What's going on? We heard screaming. Are negotiations stalled? We just wanted some basic human dignity. A little bit of consideration. Oh, law. I never thought it would end like this. Okay, please. Nobody else needs to get hurt. We'll get back to work. Just don't... No more violence, please.
The workers have returned and production has resumed. Wonderful work, our disruption ameliorator. I have already informed the Home Office, and with it, put in an extra sprinkling of mild praise directly with Auntie. She will, no doubt, be excited to learn of my approval. You may tell the executives that dispatched you that you have done an adequate job. Under my keen supervision, of course.
Appreciate you handling our dirty work.
Commander, a moment of your time, if you would? Commander, I'm glad I managed to intercept you before we left. There's something of utmost importance I wish to discuss. Relax, Commander. You are not under my authority to judge. Though if you were, that phrase alone would have certainly seen you hauled off to mental refreshment. I received a message from a close friend of mine, Virgil. He was my co-protege under the Supreme Arbiter. His message claimed he had information relevant to the Supreme Arbiter's death. He wishes to meet with me at the Vox Relay on Paradise Island. You asked before, and I did not mention it. But with Virgil's message, I now must warn you. Our greatest suspect in the Supreme Arbiter's murder is the Protectorate's consul. I suspect you refer to the relay's recent launch. Virgil likely expects to meet with us at the base of the facility. It does seem a strange place to have a reunion, but I trust Virgil has his reasons. I doubt they've anything to do with the perfidy that recently occurred there. Ha! I sincerely expect not. Much like myself, Virgil has been trained differently from the average Arbiter. His approach differs even from my own. Virgil often prefers to watch rather than act, and was often lenient with sentencing where I was not. This behavior was often criticized by the Supreme Arbiter. But there have been occasional rare instances where treating a subject with mercy ultimately resulted in better behavior. It is a novel, albeit strange, philosophy. Fine, but keep it close in mind if you would. Not knowing what he's found shall be a weight on my consciousness.
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Andy's society is based upon. Not because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decides what is function. Tramicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Client intake.
Well, if it isn't our favorite contractor.
Bring a new product to market when it can be enhanced. People's lives now.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume.
With Auntie's choice. As your fearless leader, known for her unparalleled business acumen, I might appear above the occasional quality. Oh, no, I do enjoy spectating a rousing sporting match as much as all of you base rank and file. The big rift cut off tossball news from home, but our Arcadia-grown league is a worthy substitute. Certainly a more profitable program than the Protectorate's watered-down ripoff. Pitchball, they call it. My, and don't get me started on that arbitrary rule changes. Closing is prohibited in the Tuesday...
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manty-was. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went. Shrewd, cutthroat, sets an example for others. I like it.
Of course you do. It lacks any kind of subtlety or tact.
But it got the job done, didn't it? Take the win, Pendergrass, and we can move on to more important things.
Anything else you'd like to report? Spacer's choice? But that makes no sense. We prevailed over them, decisively, I might add, and assimilated all their worthwhile personnel into our fold before we left Tau Ceti.
There shouldn't even be any Spacer's Choice uniforms left in our inventory. They were all to be converted on the skip to Arcadia.
We should bring this straight to Auntie. If we have some kind of secretive attempts at hostile takeover, she'll doubtlessly want to know. Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered. And it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic doodad. It's instinct, intuition, know-how. It's a fucking art.
It is an intricately crafted, multi-phase marketing initiative that will introduce Auntie's Choice to the rest of the galaxy and establish the foothold of our pending monopoly. It requires a series of daring, almost impossibly savvy, perfectly timed, and flawlessly executed stratagems to create optimal market positioning.
Whole thing's a load of bunco. Calculatory claptrap from a bunch of overeducated know-nothings who are so smart they're stupid. Go ahead. Tell them who devised it.
With pleasure! The archive on Cloister analyzed millions of variables with bazillions of permutations to create an idealized path for total competitive domination.
budget, from the most extravagant to the most bit-minded of customers. We have food and drink for every taste and meal you can imagine, plus a few more that you can't imagine, but that we can sell you recipes for. We are also the only retailers for parasite-free purple berries.
The term parasite-free indicates the fact that any kind of parasite found in an Auntie's Choice product is provided free of charge and is not the property of Auntie's Choice or its subsidiary companies, and the eating of said parasite absolves Auntie's Choice of any legal responsibility
Yes, suppose we should move on. Ursula, will you do the honors?
I'm the head of our proprietary Insight Acquisition Division. Stealing our rivals' trade secrets? That's our bread and butter. We can sometimes lack a certain subtlety, though. The Protectorate have a process called mental refreshment. Some kind of mind manipulation business. There's a facility for it on Praetor. Auntie wants details on their methodology, pharmacology, and technology. This archive plan says it's important? Fine. Auntie and I agree it presents possibilities. Attitude like that will take you far around here. A few aspirational goals, if possible. If you see a chance to talk their lead scientist into joining us, and/or dig up additional details about the process, do so.
Which is to say, we'll make it more worth your while. I promise you'll never want for compensation while in our employ.
See you when it's done.
Designed to be better than nature, because nature wants to kill you. Since then, our company has grown, evolved, consumed the first of many rivals. But that original goal remains one of our goals. Yes, now we strive to spread unfettered free trade and development throughout the galaxy. But we do so knowing you persist, well fortified by our products. So strive, thrive, survive, arrive. Aren't we?
Nearby. Threat detected.
What nature heedlessly assembled and vastly rebettered it through artificial means. At Auntie's Choice, we strive to be 110% wholly plus artificial. Artificiality is our guiding principle. Enjoy an artificially enhanced existence through the conspicuous consumption of unavoidable embedded chemicals. With Auntie's Choice. An artificial life is a life that's sweeter. Live a life that's sweeter with Auntie's Choice. Straight.
Commander, I ain't sure what to make of that message we saw back on the ship. Ortiz, he's... law. He's dying. If it's as he says, I ain't got a choice. I gotta find that lab and put a stop to things. Will you help me? Thank you, Commander. Now we just need to find those ice caves on Cloister. We keep our lamps lit, we ought to find the lab without much of a fuss. I hope.
Let us make our way to Paradise Island at once.
Stop right there, Arbiter Rao. Though I am here on official business, I would prefer to keep this cordial. The Consul seeks answers related to your recent activities. I approach you openly, in the hopes that you will comply with his request, and come with me peaceably.
What do you blather about? Delay me and you will pay the price. Not only do I have more pressing business with a colleague, but I do not answer to Sentinels or the Consul.
Your friend is wise. I constructed the message that drew you here. Virgil shall not be arriving. I recommend you lay down your weapons.
Virgil's not coming, you say? Curious. And here I was thinking I was already present.
Virgil! Touting your flair for the dramatic, even now, I see. But I fear our reunion must wait until we've dealt with this pawn of the Consul.
I had not expected a third party, but it is so much the better. I'm afraid you must come with me as well, Arbiter Montag.
A sentinel demanding anything of me? What madness! Neither Tristan nor I shall accompany you anywhere. Any attempts to force us shall be met with violent reprisal.
Suffering the ignobility of retreat from my duties is as severe a crime as defection. Both of these arbiters can attest to that.
Beware what you say. These sentinels deal in trickery and subterfuge. It would be safer to kill him than to discuss his surrender. This fool impersonated my credentials, triggering a system alert that led me here.
A lowly deception, even for one of the Consul's own.
It was a necessary deception, and one not undertaken lightly. Its aim was to draw your colleague here without bloodshed, for I know he would not have arrived at my request.
Your explanation does not pull my heartstrings, Sentinel. Yet you at least had the sense not to assail us outright. Surrender, and perhaps you may yet live.
You may not believe me, but I have much admiration for the work you and Arbiter Montag have done for the Protectorate. I've no wish to fight. Enough loyal subjects have died in this war. Come willingly and peaceably, I beseech you.
It's possible this is a ploy, and the Consul is on to Virgil and I. But if that is so, why lure me here, then meet me openly when Perrault could have ambushed me from behind?
Are you mad? Because he seeks to lower your guard, then strike. Surely you don't intend to converse with him about it?
I trust Sentinels no more than you, but I am using this situation to gather information, which I would expect you would also do if you weren't so focused on haranguing me.
If a Sentinel appears to be an easy mark, it's worth being even more suspicious than one would normally. They are purveyors of subterfuge.
Conversation is not likely to distract me from my purpose. I am here to kill no one, but unless there has been some kind of mistake, you must still submit to me. Both Arbiter Rao and Arbiter Montag were explicitly requested to return to Praetor by the Consul, alongside all other Arbiters some months ago. Refusal without reason is treasonous.
And I'm sure that if we went, we would have been returned whole, neither interrogated nor mentally refreshed. As if your master's nefarious agenda would allow that.
I've no inkling of what you speak. My only master is the Protectorate. My only agenda, the return of peace throughout Arcadia.
This conversation is a farce, but Tristan and I are equals. I wish not to act without his agreement.
For my part, I may suspect the Consul's agents, but I do appreciate that the circumstances of their role is unique. If a fellow Protectorate citizen engages me in combat, I am within my rights to defend myself. But this Sentinel has come to me openly, under the norms of Protectorate law. From his perspective, I could almost see his point. Quite right. What do you have in mind? Very well. But be warned, I'm not exactly trained in the art of improvisation. We'll need a very good reason for my not answering the Consul's summons.
Come now, do you expect me to believe that? Not only are you not in shackles, but you're also still alive. I can't imagine Arbiter Rao would have allowed that willingly.
That's right. It's filled with emulsified plasma. And it's not visible except under colorized light. Truly nefarious technology.
Keep back! It's good that I'm not a more headstrong Sentinel, lest this situation have devolved into violence and killed us all. I shall waylay your arrest.
So he's chosen not to attack, but the situation has not changed. We spare him. His master gains another tool to cover up the Supreme Arbiter's death.
What are you talking about? I do not seek to hide the Supreme Arbiter's death. I seek to find her killer. Such was next on my list of duties, after I apprehended you.
This is all clearly a tactic on the Consul's behalf. By sending out his agents, he seeks to deflect suspicion from himself. That is, if our compatriot here speaks true.
What must you think of me, or my fellow Sentinels, that you'd even suggest I'd lie to arbiters? I'm not the one positing scurrilous accusations about our beloved Consul. But you needn't take me at my word. My next assignment was to investigate the Oculus collating post. A hidden room there may contain information pertinent to the investigation. I cannot speak to its purpose, only that it is strange and worthy of investigation.
Or it is yet another falsity, intended to draw us close before snapping our necks.
It's a risk worth taking. I can endure whatever the Consul sends my way, and if there is a minuscule chance that this Sentinel speaks true, we must investigate.
I'm pleased to be of service, in some manner or another. Protectorate subjects should aid one another. Secret is a misnomer. The room appears to have been built by mistake, but someone forestalled its demolition without marking it on station blueprints. This is what is suspect. I will take my leave of the lot of you, and in peace. It is my sincere hope that circumstances are as you claim, lest we be forced to meet again.
I shall follow him out, just to certify he intends to act as he speaks. That's done with. He left peaceably, as he said, though I have my doubts for how long.
That was some impressively savvy improvisation before, Commander. Without you, circumstances would have certainly devolved into a battle to the death.
I'll spare you my doubts for the umpteenth time, Tristan. I just hope the risk is worthwhile.
I appreciate your caution, but it is quite unnecessary. My comrade and I will look into Oculus collating post. Yes, but never for long, and it's been many years. I also have no recollection of any hidden room, so we may have some hunting to do. I regret we've not had more time to talk, Virgil. It has been ages.
Worry not. I'm certain we'll have plenty of time to converse when you've finished your investigation. I have several leads of my own to pursue, as a matter of fact. Until our paths cross again, my friend. I shall make certain no other puppets of the Consul yet seek us. On your way.
Auntie's Choice knows that a better you is just 3 pills and an ointment away.
I've been noodling about the Vox. How it just up and smashed into Westport. Such a tragedy.
Oh, I know.
Now how am I gonna pay off my bar tab? Cole's gonna take my spleen.
Hey there, go-getter.
Space me twice. I'd hoped I was rid of your sorry hide. What grievous misfortune brings you back to my town? Don't suppose you've been blackmarked in Auntie's book, too? All that listening to orders proves is that I lack ambition. If you ain't actively moving up in Auntie's choice, someone's gonna move ahead of you. Ain't got my faith in Auntie's other commanders to be mercilessly effective, so I reckon this war's gonna drag on. But that ain't your problem. Or mine. Anymore. You're welcome to loiter around Fairfield if you desire. But there ain't much to do here, save taking pot shots at stray protectorate gadabouts. I'd march along, if I were you. Enjoy your time in Fairfield. You can.
Don't go into that cheap saloon if you got a lick of gumption. They got no tolerance for it. Why do you think I'm out here?
You know, whoever crashed the relay station on Westport could just as easily have dropped it on us.
I've only visited Oculus Collating Post a handful of times, and that was long before its deprecation. But something is to be found there, I'm sure of it.
I recall this place. These stations have been automated since my day, though this one has certainly accrued dust. Odd that it would be in a state of lockdown. I have a general override that should allow us entry, but anything specific to local systems, including security systems, may be beyond me. But in many cases, these security measures should not be operational. And the station seems to be on reserve power. We'd best tread carefully. Is here, lying in ambush. Perhaps some stray systemic error activated the entryway defenses. We'd best first report to security ops. Lift this lock down. From there, we can set about reactivating the station's primary power, which will allow us to explore unhindered. Is that a footprint in the dust? This station shouldn't have received visitors in years. Be on guard. Someone else may be here. My passcode shall not work on this terminal. Unlocking it may be a creative. Good effort lifting the lockdown. We may now reactivate the station in the reactor room. The reactor activation circuits shall likely be dysfunctional. It's a known issue with these old stations. Let me look. Corroded transistors, dust in the actuator. Did a sprat gnaw on this? Sweet sovereign, what a mess. There. I think I have it. Let us hope my override does not trigger any security alerts. Good. This should avail us of a much simpler search. Let us return to the central room once more and see if anything seems out of place.
Proceeding to attack. You try to limit.
There. I'm certain of movement below. Gird yourself with determination, for it seems I was correct about another.
Passcode is limber. No. Let's try amulet. No. Wingtip. No. Sovereign's gavel. I should remember this. Damn it.
Believe me, I need no encouragement. Luther Okada, you stand accused of trespassing upon the private domain of the Sovereign, of espionage, of informational theft. For these crimes, I find you guilty of all counts. Prepare for absolution.
If I must die, I will die fighting on my feet.
Enemy moving into.
That's at an end, it would seem. Let us see what remains on the terminal he was so interested in. The hint pertaining to the passcode on that terminal, I believe I know the answer. It is contained in a phrase the Supreme Arbiter drilled into our heads for many years. Our work at the refugee camp did not slake your investigative hunger? I doubt you'll be able to surmise it exactly, but come even close, and I shall be impressed. For myself, the Supreme Arbiter, and Virgil especially, if judgment is the Arbiter's gavel, what is the Arbiter's scalpel? Ah, you've got the spirit exactly, if not the word itself. Very nice. An Arbiter's gavel is judgment, and an Arbiter's scalpel is analysis. Try entering that. From that terminal, it sounds as if the Supreme Arbiter had some sort of business with the Consul. To what end, I wonder? The tone of her response seemed relaxed, but I do not believe she would have met with the Consul unless she had no other choice. And that feckless agent. I don't understand his aim or who he would be working for. Only the Consul. But the Protectorate does not ally itself with Sub Rosa. I couldn't imagine the Consul pinning his duties on someone so clearly out of sorts as our recently departed friend. Besides, he has his own agents. Well, at least we found what we needed on the Supreme Arbiter's terminal. I only hope whatever awaits us at Central Control is less tumultuous. I wish I could take more solace in Okada's death. Alas. I hope that's true. More wastrels to slay, more traitors to root out and bring to heel, or eliminate. Altogether, I think visiting this station was fruitful for my ultimate task. Hopefully, we'll grow ever closer to discovering the Supreme Arbiter's true killer. And, circumstances aside, I appreciate your accompanying me here, Commander. It means much. Now let us return to the incognito and plan out our next steps.
It would appear our next stop is Praetor, specifically Central Control. I look forward to traveling there, once you've sufficiently prepared. Excellent. I look forward to it.